Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our another episode of Beyond the Ranks podcast. So today I have a very special guest with me, Arushi. So before diving deep into the video, I would just like to clear the agenda behind our today's session. So जो आज का हमारा एजेंडा रहने वाला है, हम लाइफ साइंसेज इंडस्ट्री को केटर करने वाले हैं और इस वीडियो के जो जो हमारे व्यूअर्स रहने वाले हैं, तो जो फार्मा इंडस्ट्री है, बायोटेक इंडस्ट्री है, जेनेटिक इंजीनियरिंग कह लो या फिर बायो इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स इंडस्ट्री कह लो, बायोमेडिकल इंडस्ट्री कह लो, जो लोग बीएससी लाइफ साइंसेज में करते हैं, बॉटनी, जूलॉजी, एन नंबर ऑफ ब्रांचेस, तो जो पूरी एज अ होल हेल्थ केयर है, लाइफ साइंसेज इंडस्ट्री है, हम उसको केटर करेंगे। प्लस हम आरुषि के एक्सपीरियंस से हम ये समझेंगे कि उनकी एकेडमिक जर्नी कैसी थी, उन्होंने एकेडमिक जर्नी के उनके क्या उनके मेजर हर्डल्स उन्होंने फेस किए, क्या उनके मेजर ब्रेक थ्रूज उनकी लाइफ में आए, जिससे अभी वो अपने करियर में काफी अच्छा एक्सेल कर रहे हैं। हम वो सब सीखेंगे, वो पूरा स्किल सेट बताएंगे, रोड मैप बताएंगे। और जो मेन प्रॉब्लम है ना, जो आज के जो हमारे कॉलेज ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, या फिर वो लोग जो अभी अपनी इंडस्ट्री स्विच करना चाहते हैं और दे आर अनक्लियर और दे आर इन डायलेमा कि यार विच करियर पाथ वुड बी मोर सुटेबल फॉर मी, हम उन सबके से रिलेटेड हम आरुषि से आज उनका एक्सपीरियंस जानेंगे। सो हाय आरुषि, हाउ आर यू डूइंग?
Yeah, hi Lavin. I'm good. Hi everyone.
Hi
या
Arushi.
So it's we are really honored to have you on our podcast. So Arushi, without wasting much of our time, we will directly start with the questions. It would be great if you could tell about yourself, about your academic and professional journey to our viewers.
Yeah, so I'll begin with it. So as Lavin mentioned, like I also come from bio background. So I have done BTech in biotechnology, post which I worked for more than 3 years for a life sciences company. Then as he mentioned, like a lot of us dream to change the industry and a lot of things goes on. Then I pursued MBA from one of the IIMs, and yeah, I'm working with a global firm, and yeah, I would love to talk about my journey so far and could help as many viewers as possible.
Thanks Arushi for sharing your introduction and your journey so far. So Arushi, my question is like मैंने आपका LinkedIn प्रोफाइल देखा था, तो उसमें उससे मेरे को पता चला कि आपने बीटेक जो है वो 2018 में कंप्लीट कर ली थी और उसके बाद आपको 3 साल का एक्सपीरियंस भी रहा, वर्क एक्सपीरियंस। उसके बाद फिर आपने एमबीए करना सोचा। तो मतलब और कुछ ग्रेजुएट्स ऐसे होते हैं जो जस्ट आफ्टर देयर ग्रेजुएशन वो एमबीए में एनरोल हो जाते हैं, फिर वो परस्यू करते हैं, देन दे गो फॉर द जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी। तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहूंगा कि एमबीए करने का राइट टाइम क्या है? क्या वो मतलब वर्क एक्सपीरियंस लेने के बाद किसी को एमबीए करनी चाहिए या राइट आफ्टर देयर ग्रेजुएशन दे शुड परस्यू फॉर एमबीए?
Yeah, I think this is one question which resonates with most of us. And even when I was preparing, this was one of the things. Because when I started my career, after 1 year, you start feeling, okay, I'm done. And, I want to switch. Either I would like to change my organization or let's go for higher studies. And the same thing came to my mind. But I was lucky enough, I had my colleagues who were actually passed out from IIMs and IIFT and all these Ivy League colleges. So I would not be the best judge to say this, and everyone has a different path in their life. So I would not say anything is right or wrong, but give my opinion on it. And this is what I have understood and faced, as well as because now it's been 3 years, like 2 years of my MBA journey, and 1 year almost I'm through it. So, with that experience, I would personally suggest having work ex is puts you in a better position even when you are doing MBA as well as for the post MBA opportunities. So when you say like graduates bhi MBA ke liye jate hain, and definitely like a lot of people after graduation they would want ki theek hai, if I'm not getting my dream job or the ideal organization, let's go for MBA. And we in India we do not have that bar. We even with the top IIMs we do not have the bar of having work experience. However, abroad if you see we do have a cut, like minimum this much of work experience is needed. And why is that so? That is important to understand. See, जब आप MBA करते हो ना, it is not just a college degree, but it is an experience कि आपको industry मतलब it is like a as the full form says, it's like administration management of business administration as we say. So it is more or less it tells you about how the industry works, and it will build you in on the similar lines. मतलब वहाँ का curriculum भी आपका ऐसा नहीं होगा कि you are going and just studying. It will develop all your skills like all rounder. You will develop your soft skills, you will develop your hard skills, then you will excel in curriculum as well. So it is not just about studying, passing, and then sitting for anything. Rather, building an individual overall for the industry, getting that person industry ready. और उसके लिए आपका करिकुलम भी जैसा सेट है ना, आई वुड से इफ यू हैव work experience it becomes easier for you to understand, like you will know ki what is important there. All the assignments, almost all the assignments would be team work, no individual assignments as we have in our graduation. So this all brings that notion that you should know how to work with the team, you should know how to work with different set of people, and you should know timelines are diligent, and working with everyone you have to make your goal achievable. So, and this is one part of it, like how the curriculum is set, that is important. Secondly, जब आप MBA के लिए apply करते हो, you also have points for your work ex. So I would say an ideal work ex is around 2 years. So if you are planning, 2 years plus experience would be the best go. आपकी अगर आप देखोगे, I'm not saying there are not opportunities for people who are doing like MBA after graduation or people with higher work ex, बट जो मेजर स्केल रहता है आपका वो 1 to 2 1 ईयर भी नहीं, 2 ईयर प्लस 2 to 3 ईयर्स के बीच का जो इनका वर्क एक्स रहता है, उनके लिए मोस्ट ऑफ द अपॉर्चुनिटीज विद वेरीड जॉब रोल्स आते हैं, बिकॉज दैट इज द मैक्सिमम पोटेंशियल, बिकॉज यू नो अबाउट द इंडस्ट्री, you have little skill set, then you expand it to meet what is desired as per the industry in the current go. जब आप फ्रेशर होते हो, then most of the companies what they want is whatever we would want this person he or she would do, because they do not know about the industry. And that's the biggest drawback which I feel, that if you're doing right after graduation, you don't know about the industry, you don't know what suits you best, because आपको जो भी role मिलेगा, you have invested a lot in your education, so you would be like I will go with the package. But then you would not know what role you would do, what industry you would go, whether you are a right fit for that or not. And then again there would be struggle of 1 2 years to understand and settle down. However, if you have workex, then you still have an idea, okay, these are the companies which I would like to sit for, this is the industry, this is the kind of role that I would want to go, and these are the skill sets which would help me crack these interviews, because आपको पहले से पता है कि इस इंडस्ट्री में जाना है तो मुझे ये तो प्रिपेयर करना ही पड़ेगा. So I think majorly, as I would like to summarize it, workex should be there. It is always preferable that you go for your MBA after having certain years of experience in the industry.
Yeah. And ma'am, right now in market there is a option of executive MBA also, but you choose to do the regular MBA. So ma'am, इन लाइक ऐसे कौन से क्राइटेरिया हैं, ऐसे कौन से सर्कमस्टेंसेस हैं जिसमें एक इंडिविजुअल को एग्जीक्यूटिव एमबीए की तरफ जाना चाहिए और एक इंडिविजुअल को रेगुलर एमबीए की तरफ जाना चाहिए, मतलब दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस है और किसमें पर्सन ज्यादा इन्हांस होता है पर्सनैलिटी वाइज, स्किल्स वाइज?
So yeah, as you said, like executive MBA or regular MBA. So in my opinion and what I have seen so far, I would say कि like regular MBA would be for a person, जैसे आपके पास 1-2 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है एंड देन यू वुड वांट अ ब्रेक, मतलब ठीक है आपको इंडस्ट्री से थोड़ा ब्रेक चाहिए, आपको स्विच भी करना है एंड यू हैव plenty of things to develop, like plenty of skills to develop. You go for a residential program, you go there, you meet different set of people, you understand from the curriculum perspective and you get broader industry exposure as well, क्योंकि आपके different courses रहेंगे वहाँ पे and each course will give you case studies related to different industry, what goes on in the industry, what are the case types in the industry, the क्या challenges आपके आ सकते हैं, type of projects that you can get. So a lot of things to understand from broader industry perspective rather than एक कोई specific set of industry जिसमें आप काम कर रहे होंगे for the initial years of your life. So I would say a 2-year program would be best for such people. However, executive MBA is also an option and it's a wonderful option. But I would say it would best suffice to the people, one, who have dependency, like who wants like their financial should run, like they have a family or they have XYZ any circumstance wherein they cannot leave their job. However, at that same time they want to upskill themselves, they want to change the industry or they want to grow up in the ladder in the same industry. So for those people they can definitely go for a 1 year executive program wherein your curriculum goes along with your job. So it's like a win-win in that situation. And the other set of people which come to my mind when I talk about it, and again this might not be the best case scenario, but I feel for people who have experience of around 5 years or 5 year plus experience, for them, because they already have a lot of understanding of the industry, they have the right skills, they have learned different set of skills as well, because in 5 years you would definitely not just build on the skills that you know initially. So you would be gone through a lot of different set of skill sets and you would have developed them. However, you still want to grow up in the industry, like या तो आप अपना रोल स्विच करने के लिए करोगे या तो आप इंडस्ट्री स्विच करने के लिए करोगे. So that is also best for those people, because in 1 year you will get only the exposure which you need, the polishing that you need in terms of the skills. एक SIP रहता है, like the summer internship, which is like an exposure when you do a residential 2 year program. However, when you already know about the industry, that is not needed, so you can cut that short, and that brings you to the 1 year program, which brings you the ample amount of opportunities which can help you to grow up in the ladder or change your industry as well as upskill you. So I think these two sets of people would be the ones who can go for an executive MBA.
मैम
मैम,
आई बिलीव सबसे मतलब कुड यू टेल आवर व्यूअर्स कि एग्जीक्यूटिव एमबीए मतलब आपके एक्सपीरियंस में सबसे अच्छी एग्जीक्यूटिव एमबीए के क्या क्या ऑप्शंस हैं इंडिया में?
Yeah, I would say ISB. I mean, most of them would know about the 1 year program that ISB runs, and it is phenomenal. I mean, the ROI is very good, and I mean, it is definitely not an easy thing to crack, but definitely if you put in your energy in the right direction and you already know like how you want to get into the B school, like definitely we can talk about the skill set that one needs, and how one should prepare for the ISB entrance exam and how to get into ISB. That is definitely something which is not very easy, it is challenging. However, yes, it is one of the, I would say, best B schools where you can do your executive MBA. Then we have Great Lakes and other colleges as well who provide 1 year executive programs.
या लाइक इन एवरी एरिया अब स्पेशलाइजेशन बहुत ज्यादा हो गया है, तो अगर आपको अपनी स्पेशलाइजेशन दिखानी है तो आपको डिग्री दिखानी ही दिखानी है.
Yes, that is like a tag, I would say. Many a times it's just the tag that is required. And अगर आप देखोगे तो बहुत सारे ऐसे big, I mean big giants हैं who have designated position only for people with a particular education background, and then the salary and everything is very different than what the people have at their current roles.
या करेक्ट.
And this is
सो
just one of the scenarios, so there are different requirements as well which people you know get to know when they're working in their company, and that's when MBA and other post graduation courses help.
Mhm. And like there is one more certification also, which usually people and lot of professional compares. The comparison is between the MBA and the PMP certification, PMP PMI certification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I can talk about that as well, because even I wanted to do that, and I still want to do that after doing MBA as well,
Mhm.
because it, as I said, it also plays very important role, like the certifications that you have done. MBA adds to your education.
Mhm.
Certification brings additional expertise into that domain. So when you say PMP, so it is for project management, specific to project management roles. You have designations in, you know, companies which are set, only a PMP person can be assigned for this role. And the roles are very different, like the roles and responsibilities that you perform at that level is very different. The increment and all of those things as well come into picture. So that is one of the biggest plus points. But I would say certifications, as you know, as I mentioned about PMP or PMPI, all of these are like set to a specific role. आपका वो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट के रोल में ही रहेगा, या प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए आपका रहेगा। जैसे आपका टेक्निकल के लिए आप अपने हार्ड स्किल्स डेवलप करना चाहोगे, कि आपने जावा में सर्टिफिकेशन कर लिया है, फिर जावा में और प्लस प्लस करते रहते हैं आप, तो इट इज ओनली टू मूव अप द लैडर. सो
Yeah.
I would say कि MBA is like all in all adding to your education, while the certifications will bring you expertise in a particular role.
Yeah. So that explains a lot of things, like why we need a MBA and why we need a PMP and other certification courses. And we have also compared the executive MBA versus the regular MBA. So that was the detailed explanation. So अब आपकी कैट एग्जाम की जर्नी के बारे में मैम बात करते हैं। जैसा आप ने IIM रांची में आप गए थे और आपने कैट का एग्जाम दिया होगा, डेफिनेटली दिया होगा। तो मैम आप आप साथ साथ वर्क भी कर रहे थे, तो इट इज बेसिकली अ बैलेंस बिटवीन वर्क लाइफ एंड गोल। सो मैम आपकी क्या प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रेटजीज रही थी उस टाइम पे, और आपने ये सब कैसे बैलेंस किया था उस टाइम पे? और अगर आप मेरे साथ या व्यूअर्स के साथ अगर आप शेयर कर पाएं कि आप कैसे इन सब चीज़ों को बैलेंस कर सकते थे, कैसे आप पढ़े, कब पढ़े, आपने क्या कोचिंग ली थी या सिर्फ सेल्फ स्टडी किया था, कैसे किया था?
Yes, I think I would love to answer that question, because you always get goosebumps when you talk about the time that you prepare for something and then you achieve something. So it is, it's a beautiful journey. So, and a lot of people I know would resonate with this, क्योंकि मेरा भी यही challenge था कि I was working, as you mentioned, but then I'll talk about it more. So I was working when I gave my first attempt. At that time, I was working, and it was bit challenging, क्योंकि उस time पर work from home का leverage नहीं था हम लोग के पास. It was pre-COVID, so we had to go office every day and come back from office, and you definitely lose energy when you're not at your place. तो हर दिन आके, but then I had a schedule कि I would come back, I'll do my shows and then sit for these many hours, and I used to divide my sections, like cat अगर आप prepare करते हो तो there are like 3 sections. आपका VARC रहता है, आपका DILR रहता है, and आपका quant रहता है. So I when I was doing my undergrad, at that time I was preparing for government exams, so I always had an upper hand in the reasoning and VARC section that I knew would be manageable. However, since I am from bio background, I was always scared of numbers, and quant was something which I wanted to make sure, because I'll be honest, like when I started preparing for CAT, I used to attempt three questions in the entire set of questions that we have, and it was scary because you cannot get good percentile, like 3 is nothing, and out of that as well you don't know if you're getting all the 3 correct or not.
Mhm.
So I divided my time such that in my weekdays I spent 60% of my time working on the quant section. The 20% of my time to VARC and then 20% to DILR. So when I used to prepare, and it is irrespective of which section I am preparing, what I used to do is I used to take one module, prepare that module in and out theoretically, just theoretically, give it time of at least 3 days, 3 to 4 या फिर 2 to 3 basis कितना बड़ा आपका मॉड्यूल है, and then I used to do go to the questions, and I used to make sure when I am doing the questions I know where I'm getting stuck. And one of the biggest things which I would say, a person, we all fear about that, but then test series are must. We must go ahead with test series, and no matter how much you score, you should give tests. So this I learned, but then I could not prepare at stretch during my first attempt, and I gave my first attempt. I prepared just for 3 4 months, but then I did not get a very good score. Then I remember I started my journey again for cat, and this time I was very focused ki nahi, because I did not have time. I was already 3 years and 1 or 2 months more when I calculated if I give cat this time. So that was the last attempt, and even from the family it was like, tumko padna hai, this is the right time, because after this you do not have the scope. Okay, so I was like, okay, theek hai, if this is the escape, so I have to crack cat this time. Then I joined a coaching, and I was in a coaching in Hyderabad itself. So I took coaching from Career Launcher, and I have mentors over there, and the journey, I would say, after that changed like anything. Like, with their guidance you actually understand you are putting energy in the right direction, you are putting energy, but then that direction is right, that is also fine, but then how much energy is required, कि आपको कितने क्वेश्चंस करने हैं, आप हम अचीव करने की क्या कोशिश करते हैं कि हमको 100% अचीव करना है, नहीं, इवन इफ यू अचीव 80% बट विद accuracy, you will get good percentile. And all of this I got to know when I started doing my coaching. I sat with my mentors. They explained me, what is the right way of taking the exam. This is not how you do your regular, मतलब CAT is not like a regular exams जहाँ पे आप ऑप्ट करोगे कि आप 100% अचीव कर लो, नहीं, आपकी एक्यूरेसी बेटर होनी चाहिए, इवन विद द लेसर नंबर ऑफ अटेम्प्ट्स यू विल रीच देयर. सो वो, आई थिंक इट वुड डिपेंड ऑन द इंडिविजुअल. आई वुड नॉट से दिस इज द राइट strategy for everyone. Basis my education, basis my experience, basis my hold of each section, उन्होंने मेरे को skills develop करवाए. So I'll talk more about quant because that was the thing which I spent most time on. As I mentioned, like मैं एक module लेती थी, my mentor suggested you do this module in and out, do all the formulas, all the videos, go through every topic individually and make sure you write everything. Because हम क्या करते हैं, हम video देखते हैं then we feel कि हो जाएगा. No, that is not the right approach. You put all your formulas of one module at one place. जब आपका वो मॉड्यूल खत्म हो जाए, you revise that module, you revise all the formulas, then you move on to the question section. Once this is done, you take daily tests, then you take weekly tests, and then once you are through your 80% of the course, you go with your monthly test. And you cannot go beyond, I would say, June or July taking your tests, बिकॉज आपको फिर फुल सेट टेस्ट भी लेना स्टार्ट करना होगा टू गेट योर बॉडी, योर माइंड अडेप्टिव ऑफ द exam that you are having in the coming months. And you will have to set your cycle, you will have to set your accuracy. So मेरे mentor ने मेरे को एक ही चीज सिखाई थी, even if you score 0 you should give test, you cannot escape from it. और जितना आप डिले करोगे आपके पास उतना कम टाइम रहेगा इम्प्रूव करने के लिए. So test, taking test series is the key. सिमिलरली फॉर DILR, आई वुड नॉट से कि ये सिर्फ कौन की स्ट्रैटेजी है, DILR भी यही है, VARC भी यही है. एंड अनदर थिंग विच इज इम्पोर्टेंट इज DILR में you should know how many sets you should make. 4 sets full in full will give you 90 plus percentile definitely. तो आप ये एम नहीं करो कि आपको सारे 6 सेट बनाने हैं, नहीं, that is wrong. You look at the paper, आपने जो टॉपिक्स प्रिपेयर करे हैं उसके हिसाब से यू चूज कि आपको कौन से 4 सेट बनाने हैं. ठीक है, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट मेकिंग दोज सेट्स। अब उसमें ऐसा भी नहीं जरूरी कि आप एक सेट के सारे क्वेश्चन कर लोगे, तो इवन इफ यू डू एक सेट में से कुछ क्वेश्चंस कर लिए, बाकी सेट पूरे पूरे कर लिए, दैट ऑल्सो हेल्प। सो दैट इज वाई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट टू ऑलवेज कीप बफर। आप 4.5 सेट बनाओ, दैट विल ऑल्सो गिव यू अ लॉट ऑफ percentage, rather than aiming for 6 sets and ending up getting only 3 sets correct. So the game is about accuracy. But as I said, like this might not be the best strategy. I am just talking basis what I prepared, what my mentor suggested, and at that time how the pattern of the exam was. Like in our education system, things keep on changing. So the
Yeah.
best would be to listen to your mentors, listen to what strategies they suggest. And I understand, like, not every person would like to go for coaching, and they cannot have enough time to go for a regular coaching or something. You can go for
Mm.
online coaching as well. We have like n number of platforms now. But you should resonate with your mentor. Agar aap एक strategy follow कर रहे हो, and choosing the right mentor is also important, because social media, when it gives us pros, it gives us cons as well. So you should know whom you should follow, do a thorough research, like these are the industry experts, this is the result which people are getting after following them, and then only you should go with them. And lastly, I would talk about VARC. वहां पर it is important. People think कि हो जाएगा, इंग्लिश ही तो है, बचपन से हम करते आ रहे हैं, इंग्लिश है। नहीं, VARC में भी you have logics, you have tips and tricks which are actually very important. And one of my faculties, even like before talking to him, even I was of the perspective कि हाँ, इंग्लिश ही तो है, हमने किया तो है unseen passage, हमने किया तो है fill ups and all of these things. But then the tips and tricks which he gave us actually proved very well in terms of increasing the accuracy. So those things are also required. And definitely every faculty, any coaching you join or any online coaching you do, they will tell you certain things. So you should follow them, you should have them handy, written for different sections, and follow test series. I think that should be more or less uh, the goal. And ब्रेक नहीं करो, मतलब एक एजेंडा बनाओ, मेरे को इतने आवर्स देने ही देने हैं. सो व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग, आई यूज्ड टू वर्क मॉर्निंग टू इवनिंग, लाइक रेगुलर ऑफिस आवर्स होता था हमारा, बट उस टाइम पर कोविड था, सो आई वाज वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम. आई यूज्ड टू वर्क ड्यूरिंग द डे एंड नाइट. नो मैटर आपको कितनी भी नींद आ रही है, बट यू नो कि आपके पास एक ही साल है, सो यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर. सो आई यूज्ड टू स्टडी फॉर 4 to 5 hours. This I'm talking about myself because I was very scared of quant. तो उसमें थोड़ा ज़्यादा टाइम लगता है. पीपल आर वेरी स्मार्ट, सो दे कैन स्पेंड लेसर अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम, बट वो हर दिन होना चाहिए. लाइक द रिदम्स शुड बी सेट, ताकि आपकी बॉडी भी अडेप्ट कर ले उस चीज को.
So thank you so much आरुषि for this detailed response. I believe जो भी हमारे व्यूअर्स ये वीडियो देख रहे होंगे, और स्पेसिफिकली जो लाइफ साइंसेज डोमेन के बंदे देख रहे होंगे, और जो ये क्लैरिटी गेन करना चाह रहे होंगे कि यार एमबीए करनी चाहिए नहीं करनी चाहिए, क्या स्ट्रेटजीज इंप्लीमेंट करनी चाहिए, तो दे विल गेट अ वेरी थोरो एंड डिटेल्ड आइडिया, और स्ट्रेटजी फॉर्मुलेट करने में काफ़ी हेल्प मिलेगी उन्हें. सो आरुषि, मूविंग ऑन टू अनदर क्वेश्चन, जो पर्सनली मैंने काफ़ी, मतलब उस क्वेश्चन से मैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा रिलेट कर पाता हूँ, वो ये था कि when I was pursuing my BTech in biotechnology way back in 2019, so मैंने ये चीज़ रियलाइज़ की, और मेरे साथ के जो भी मेरे बैचमेट्स थे, मतलब एक एक ना वो अनक्लैरिटी फेस करते थे कि यार बीटेक के बाद एमटेक करनी चाहिए कि एमबीए करनी चाहिए, कि या पीएचडी करें, या फिर हम बाहर जाएं पढ़ने. सो देयर कैन बी एन नंबर ऑफ आंसर्स टू दिस क्वेश्चन, बट या क्योंकि हमारा स्टार्टिंग से हमारी वीडियो आपके ओपिनियन, आपके पर्सपेक्टिव्स के अराउंड ही रिवॉल्व कर रही है. सो आई वुड लाइक टू नो योर टेक ऑन दिस, कि आपने 2018 में या फिर अपने 3 साल के एक्सपीरियंस के बाद ये कैसे डिसाइड किया कि यार मेरे को एमटेक नहीं करनी, मुझे पीएचडी नहीं करनी, मुझे कोर बायोटेक इंडस्ट्री में नहीं जाना, मुझे फॉरेन नहीं जाना, और मुझे एमबीए ही करना है. ये क्लैरिटी कैसे आई आपके मन में, मेरे को वो जानना है.
Yeah, I think that's a very good question which a lot of us would want to know. मेरे को भी जानना था अपने टाइम पे. तो जैसा कि तुमने बोला कि भाई हम लोग के पास आफ्टर बीटेक वी हैव एन नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स टू डू. पहला तो कैंपस प्लेसमेंट, ठीक है, वो तो रहता ही है. बट देन उसमें भी है कि आपको टेक्निकल फील्ड में जाना है, क्योंकि आप अगर जैसे हम लोग का बायोटेक था, तो बायो लाइफ साइंसेज की आपके पास कंपनी आएंगी, हेल्थ केयर की आपके पास कंपनी आएंगी, और उसमें आपका टेक्निकल रोल आएगा, और मैनेजमेंट रोल तो बहुत ही कम आता है। एंड आई मीन देर आर डिफरेंट सेट ऑफ पीपल, ठीक है, बट आई वॉज अ पर्सन जिसको टेक्निकल में नहीं जाना था। I was very clear from day one ki technical is not my field. Like I don't want to go into core life sciences. I don't want to go into research. So I would want a job as well wherein it is a mix of both the worlds. Like I get to do a managerial, not managerial, but something in terms of management rather than just the technical aspect which is related to life sciences and healthcare. And I think I would say I was lucky enough when I passed out in 2018. I got to get into a life sciences firm itself, but then I got into client services role, which was more or less handling the projects, and it was around dealing with the clients and understanding what their requirements are and getting to work with my technical team to get the project delivered. So it was, as I said, a mix of both the worlds. But then after working in the life sciences industry for 3 years, I was like, now what next? Like either we can continue in the same industry, we can switch and keep growing, or else, as you said, like we can go for post graduation in the technical domain, which definitely was not my per se, because स्टार्टिंग से ही मेरे को टेक्निकल की तरफ उतना इंक्लिनेशन नहीं था। आई वुड से इंक्लिनेशन इज द राइट वर्ड, बिकॉज a lot of us have it and a lot of us might not be quite inclined towards it. So I was very clear कि ठीक है, एम टेक तो नहीं है माई फोटे, PhD भी माई, इट्स नॉट माई फोटे. देन देयर वाज वन ऑप्शन of either doing MBA or going like abroad for the management courses itself. But then because of certain restrictions and other issues, I could not go to abroad, and personally I did not want to, because I am more or less like quite attached with my family, so I wanted something ki India mein rahe. But then I definitely wanted to upskill myself. So I thought ki what next, and MBA was the right thing because I wanted to grow in the management role itself, and wanted to understand industry as a whole rather than just the life sciences or a limited field. So
Okay.
that's when I got the clarity, as well as I would say with the colleagues that I had around me, they were almost everyone over there was an MBA graduate, so I got different understanding from them as well.
सो मूविंग ऑन, आई वुड लाइक टू नो, मुझे थोड़ा ये समझना है कि आपका जो 3 साल का एक्सपीरियंस था, क्योंकि जो हमारा जो हमारे हमारी जो वीडियो जो हमारा ये जो हमारा कंटेंट जो कंज्यूम करने वाली ऑडियंस है, वो या तो कॉलेज ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट्स हैं. सो मुझे ये समझना है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों को, लाइक इफ आई टॉक अबाउट माई सेल्फ, मैं पेटेंट कंसल्टिंग डोमेन से आता हूँ. ओके, सो बहुत लोगों को बहुत नीश फील्ड है पेटेंट कंसल्टिंग, अभी ग्रोइंग ग्रोइंग स्टेज में है. बाहर बहुत अच्छा ग्रो कर रहा है, इंडिया में अभी भी ग्रोइंग स्टेज पर है. तो बहुत लोग अनअवेयर है अभी आईपी इंडस्ट्री के बारे में. तो ऐसे ही मेरे को ये समझना है, ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि जो आपकी इंडस्ट्री है जिसमें आपने 3 साल काम किया था बीटेक के बाद, तो उसके बारे में लोगों को ना पता हो. तो आई वुड जस्ट लाइक टू यू नो नो फ्रॉम योरसेल्फ, थोड़ा आप नटशेल में बता पाएंगे उस इंडस्ट्री के बारे में कि क्या काम किया आपने, क्या रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज थे, जिससे हमारे व्यूअर्स को एक आइडिया मिले कि हाँ यार, ये भी एक वर्टिकल है जो कि एक्सप्लोर किया जा सकता है.
Yes, I think I can talk about that. So I would say I was working for a life sciences service provider. So what my company used to do is we used to work for our clients to provide them with regulatory assistance to get their products approved in any of the countries, and a lot of companies do this. Okay, so there are different uh, I would say COEs in when it comes to regulatory as well. So there is like regulatory affairs, there is pharmaco vigilance, and then there is artwork and labeling and all of these things. And we honestly, before joining this organization, even I was not sure. I did not know about all of these, but then in depth when I got to know, there are a lot of opportunities and similar companies, there are other service providers as well. There are market research companies as well. And as you mentioned, uh, about your patent consulting company, so there are different companies who have ample number of opportunities. However, we are not quite aware about them. So when I talk about, if I talk about life sciences service provider in detail, what our you matlab, how biotech helped me is, because my background, like I was very much familiar as to what biotech companies are, what pharmaceutical companies are, what food and uh, food supplement companies are, what medical devices companies are. So what we used to do is we used to take projects from clients who work for different products. So आपकी कोई फार्मा कंपनी है, उसको उनके प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, they want to get into a particular country, so they have to go through a regulatory checkup based on that country to get their products in. So उस
Okay.
life cycle में multiple stages होते हैं. So we used to support for those projects. And इसमें आपका technical association भी रहता है. There used to be subject matter experts who used to actually work on what are the requirements, how best you can prepare the dossier, what are the label, the like label is something which goes on your product, which talks about, you know, the claims on the product, what are the ingredients. So that is also a particular set. So people are subject matter expert in that field. And then comes the management role, wherein people do either go for business development, they bring business for the company and do account expansion, as well as client services, which is like project management. So you manage your clients and get through the projects. So these are different roles which you can go after pursuing your, you know, journey in a if you have like a bio based background. These are the company and opportunities, different opportunities, which I can talk about my own firm respectively. And similarly, there are different firms which provide similar roles.
Okay, great, great. Arushi, like moving on to our final part. So this is going to be my concluding question. Based on your 10 years of experience, like 4 years of BTech, 2 years of MBA, and 4 years of corporate experience, I would like to know, like, uh, honestly speaking, you were, lucky enough to get on-campus placement during your BTech journey and MBA journey, but bulk of the students which who comes from the life sciences domain, like who are pursuing their BSc, MSc, B Pharma, they are, you know most of them are, not that lucky enough to get a on campus offer. So what tip of advice or you would like to give to such people कि यार वो ऑफ कैंपस प्लेसमेंट से अपने, क्योंकि यार आपने अपने 10 साल के एक्सपीरियंस में देखा होगा, आपके कलीग्स रहे होंगे जो ऑफ कैंपस ड्राइव से आए होंगे, यू मस्ट हैव सीन। तो मुझे ये समझना है उन व्यूअर्स के लिए आपकी क्या एडवाइस रहेगी कि यार वो ऑफ कैंप अपना परसेंटेज या अपना चांस कैसे इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं ऑफ कैंपस प्लेसमेंट के लिए, किन बातों का वो ध्यान रखें, ठीक है, क्या सर्टिफिकेशंस करें, ऑनलाइन फ्री कोर्सेज करें, और रिज्यूमे ऑप्टिमाइजेशन। सो आई नो माय क्वेश्चन इज बिट लेंथियर, बट आई वुड लाइक टू नो फ्रॉम दैट पर्सपेक्टिव कि ऑफ कैंपस में अगर किसी को अपने चांसेस इनहांस करने हैं तो वो कैसे कर सकते हैं।
Yeah, I think majorly, so you have touched upon the right set of things. Primarily आपका रहेगा कि definitely I understand you would sit for the on campus placements, but at the same time आप अगर ऑफ कैंपस ट्राई करना चाहते हो, यू स्टार्ट अ बिट अर्ली, क्योंकि आपकी ऑन कैंपस कंपनीज थोड़ा लेट आना स्टार्ट करते हैं. तो इफ यू आर लुकिंग, स्टार्ट अर्ली, डू योर रिसर्च ऑन द राइट प्लेटफॉर्म्स, लिंक्डइन, ग्लासडोर, and other n number of platforms are there. Just make sure you are at the right platform, because as I said earlier as well, like internet has its own pros and cons. So be mature enough and intelligent enough to understand कि कौन सा platform सही है. Do the right research. Go for a trusted brand. Understand their journey. देखो कि उनका history क्या है and whether this is a genuine opening or not, and then you start preparing for that role earlier than your on campus things. You start giving your interviews earlier, because that will give you confidence कि ठीक है इंटरव्यू में चल क्या रहा है. यू बिल्ड योर स्किल, टॉक टू योर सीनियर्स. आपका अगर मतलब in my undergraduation we did not have the opportunity. However, there are colleges who run, even I think we had a brief preparation strategy sessions, but then if you're not able to get them, talk to your seniors, understand कि क्या job role के लिए majorly companies आपके field से related रहेंगे and what skills do you need. Majorly I would say Microsoft, PowerPoint, Excel, and then when it comes to your soft skills, these are something which is consistent across industry, so keep a hold on these. And then जो भी आप company के लिए interview देने जा रहे हो, do read their job description and try to align majorly with it कि how can you be a asset to that company, what reflections you have so far, whether you have done any internship, whether you have done any project which can be helpful, or do you have certain skill sets which can be helpful and you can be a asset to the company. That would majorly be the game changer, whether it is on campus or off campus. And off campus mein another thing which I would want to reflect is there goes like definitely people would know about pool campus drives, so be aware what other colleges are like what other programs are running in different colleges, क्योंकि काफी colleges में pool ड्राइव्स होती हैं, तो दे ओपन इट टू डिफरेंट कॉलेजेस, तो आप वो ट्राई कर सकते हैं. एंड देन डेफिनेटली एज आई मेंशन कि आपके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स रहेंगे जहाँ से आपके कंपनी की ओपनिंग्स आपको पता चलेंगी, सो यू कैन गो फॉर देम. बट मेजरली मेरा यही से रहेगा कि आप किसी भी कंपनी के लिए जा रहे हो तो यू बी अवेयर ऑफ द जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन एंड ट्राई टू अलाइन विद दैट जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन एज मच एज पॉसिबल, कि आप उस कंपनी के लिए एज अ ग्रेजुएट कैसे असेट बनोगे. आपके पास वर्क एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, बट आपके पास पास्ट के ये एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं, ये आपने प्रोजेक्ट्स करे हैं या आपने इंटर्नशिप्स करी हैं. एंड yes, projects, internships, certifications plays a major role, so make sure you tick these things. जितने certifications आप कर सकते हो related to your field, try to do them. आप अगर paid नहीं कर सकते हो, free बहुत सारे platforms रहते हैं जहाँ से आप कर सकते हो, so that you at least आर अवेयर कि हाँ इस कोर्स से क्या होता है. ताकि आप जब इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो, सो हर कंपनी आपको टाइम देती है टू डेवलप योर स्किल्स. कोई कंपनी एक्सपर्ट्स नहीं हायर करना चाहती है, बट देन यू शुड हैव द ज़ील कि हाँ मेरे को इतना अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, आई एम एट ABC level and I can go to DEF basis your support. And I think that is the biggest advice which I got from my seniors and I would like to pass on कि आप इनिशिएट करो और उसको रिफ्लेक्ट करो कि हाउ कैन यू बी एन एसेट, एंड देन आई थिंक दैट वुड बी अ मेजर helper when you are looking for a job interview.
And what about resume optimization? Any tips to the viewers, for the viewers?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I'll be honest, जब आप अंडरग्रेड करते हैं तो उस टाइम पे मेरे को भी उतना नहीं पता था, बट नाउ आई कैन टेल इंडस्ट्री वाइड आपका रिज्यूमे कैसा होना चाहिए इज ऑल्सो अ बिग थिंग, बिकॉज पीपल स्पेंड सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम ऑन योर रिज्यूमे, तो उसमें उनको वो स्किल्स रिफ्लेक्ट होनी चाहिए. तो एज आई सेड, जो भी आप कंपनी अप्लाई करने जा रहे हो उसके हिसाब से अपना रिज्यूमे मॉडिफाई करो. डू नॉट कीप इट स्टैंडर्ड कि हाँ ठीक है मैंने एक रिज्यूमे बना लिया है एंड इट इज राइट फिट फॉर ऑल द कंपनीज. नहीं, आपका जॉब रोल चेंज होगा, उनकी स्किल्स चेंज होंगी, सो इट शुड रिफ्लेक्ट इन योर रिज्यूमे. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही हूँ कि आप आपने कोई प्रोजेक्ट नहीं किया है तो आप वो चीज़ दिखा सकते हो, डेफिनेटली आप नहीं दिखा सकते हो, बट देन you can play around the keywords, you can play around the you can do certifications, you can talk about the courses that you have read and the skills that you have built so far. It should, you should keep on updating it based on the job description.
Okay, okay. That's quite an impressive answer, Arushi. So, that was all from our side, Arushi from my and Sachin side. So, to summarize the, entire crux of our, insightful session, I would just like to end this session by just, giving the major takeaways that I have taken from this, impressive interaction with you. So, हमने ये सीखा कि MBA और MTech का मतलब एक अगर कोई लाइफ साइंस ग्रेजुएट है तो वो कैसे डिसाइड कर सकता है कि MBA वुड बी द राइट फिट या फिर MTech बेटर रहेगी या फिर PhD परस्यू करना. उसके अलावा हमने ये देखा कि आपका हमने थॉट प्रोसेस जाना एग्जीक्यूटिव एमबीए और नॉर्मल एमबीए के बीच में, रेगुलर एमबीए के बीच में, प्लस आपकी पूरी हमने जर्नी समझी, आपकी प्रिपरेशन जर्नी समझी, आपका मेंटोर्स का रोल, जो आपके जो आपने एक डिटेल आंसर दिया, आपकी पूरी जर्नी बताई जिसमें आप जॉब के साथ साथ कैसे एमबीए की प्रिपरेशन मैनेज कर रहे थे, और फिर लास्टली आपने ऑफ कैंपस ड्राइव के लिए अपने टिप्स शेयर किए, और जो एक हमारी अनकन्वेंशनल इंडस्ट्री है लाइफ साइंसेज रेगुलेटरी, जिसमें आपने 3 साल दिया है, अपने करियर का डिवोट किया है. सो ओवरऑल इट वाज अ वेरी एंगेजिंग सेशन फॉर आवर व्यूअर्स आई बिलीव. एंड जो भी हमारे व्यूअर्स ये वीडियो देखेंगे, मतलब दे विल, आई पर्सनली बिलीव कि उन्हें बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा. सो इट वाज एन ऑनर टू हैव यू आरुषि on our podcast. So, thank you so much. So, so glad to have you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you so much. I am quite, as you said, like even I am happy if I could help people. And I just want to end it on one note. Nothing in this world is right or wrong. You just should go with the flow and, keep working hard for your aims. Set the boundaries, set the goals, and keep moving. Right or wrong, सबका अपने perspective से चलता रहता है, I would say. And yes, it was an honor to be here. Thank you so very much to welcome me, and it was nice interacting with both of you.
Same here, ma'am. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye.